James Mathers for the Digital Cinema Society at NAB 2026. I'm here with my friend Michael Cioni from Strada. Strada is a startup, and we're actually using their technology here at NAB. Michael, you helped us design this workflow that we're using. We're not using camera to cloud like we have the last few years. Tell us about it.
Well, what we're doing now is we're able to get files transferred through a peer-to-peer network. What all the cloud companies have been telling us is try to get these clouds to act like local hard drives. We think that's backwards. What is better is to have your hard drive act like a cloud. And so while camera to cloud is cool and it served you really well, what the problem is you need a lot of material on the camera for that to physically be possible. And I loved learning that experience, but I learned, a better place to do the transfer is a laptop. So what you guys are doing is taking the camera files out of this C80. Beautiful camera. And what I love about the C80 and cameras like it is they record a high quality and a proxy file. The proxy files look great, so you're taking the proxy files, putting them on Enrique's laptop, and then transferring them to Christopher in LA. So what you're demonstrating here is a very normal requirement where camera crews are in the field, editors are back in their offices or home offices, and they need to get the media. Now what normally people do is they have to wait to the end of the day to get that hard drive downloaded, and you're up half the night getting all that stuff, and Christopher, an editor, wouldn't be working while you're shooting. But with Strada Connect, he's able to start accessing files. Enrique can get the files, transfer them. Now, this great for red carpet events, great for churches, great for schools, great for situations where it's like really quick turnaround. But when it gets to like cinema workflow and more traditional broadcast workflows, then all of a sudden we introduce this new technology where the files can actually be remote and you can edit them. You don't have to transfer them at all. So, DCS is using the transfer technology, which makes the most sense for this situation because you're moving around. But once you have those stored on Christopher's computer, everyone can access them through Strada Connect. So you get files onto a base station that's not going to move, and then you can virtualize them. What you're seeing right here is a timeline in Final Cut Pro that I can play back in 4K, but these files are in my hard drive in Los Angeles, even though they're loaded in a timeline here. So I have not uploaded them to a cloud. Jeff Bezos doesn't get a nickel for every time I hit play, and I didn't have to pay to store them in a cloud and get those, your cloud is full messages every day. That's this virtualization. So what's really important for people to realize is Strada is growing. You've been with us since the very beginning. And we learned from users there are needs to have transfer services that avoid the cloud, and there are needs to have remote editing that avoid the cloud. And so Strada Connect and Strada Transfer are those two ways that we can kind of fit into any workflow.
So we're only sending proxies, but we're also shooting 4K at the same time. The C80 allows us to shoot proxies and 4K at the same time, and we can match those up later if we need to.
Yeah, what you guys are doing that's really practical is we're both using the free Wi-Fi. This is a free Wi-Fi network. It's not very powerful, but it's enough consistency that we can move these C80 proxy files, and they're high enough quality for Christopher to edit. So Christopher, what you should do, it's a message for you, you should record your screen for like a half hour so that we can actually see as B-roll what the screen editing of this episode looks like. Record you editing this, and then we should have Enrique record his screen just for the card transfer, because we want people to understand there is literally a peer-to-peer experience now, and it doesn't have to go to Dropbox, doesn't have to go to Google Drive or Frame.io or LucidLink or Shade or Suite or any of those. Those keep getting more and more expensive. And the cloud is not bad, it's not evil, but the cloud is not built for raw video.
I'd also like to make the point that we're just using house internet here, and we're avoiding not only the cloud, but we've been paying bonded cellular for the last few years to connect. And so we're saving a tremendous amount of money.
It's too expensive, and internet is just not good enough. We are neighbors. Our internet is like barely working most of the time. But that's normal. That's average, right? And so we need to make a solution that works with compromised internet. We're certainly on it here. So this is a good experience because if it's working here, it should work when you're not at a trade show, right?
Thank you, Michael. Thanks you for all your help with us and our coverage for DCS.
Well, and I want to thank you guys because you have a high pain tolerance. And one of the best things about you as a filmmaker, and what we need to always, of all the lessons that we teach film students, we never have a class for how do you get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You have to have a high pain tolerance, and the people that have a high pain tolerance do better in our industry because they're willing to try new things versus the people that say, oh, I won't do that till it's an industry standard and it's been stamped by some, bureau. Where's the fun in that? Like, you guys bleed with us, and then you give us the feedback and helps us make a better product. So thank you to you as well.